And finally, on today's episode, let's turn to David Trim for a look at Adventist history.
This week, we hear about the life of Adventist pioneer and church co-founder Joseph Bates, and also the life of Abram La Rue, pioneer missionary to Asia.
Welcome to This Week in Adventist History. Beginning April 24, the Adventist pioneer and church co-founder Joseph Bates gave a series of lectures on prophecy and the seventh-day Sabbath in the small town of Pony Hollow, Iowa. This is thought to have been the first Sabbatarian Adventist evangelistic sermons preached in the U.S. state of Iowa. The Sabbatarian movement grew quickly there, however, and less than 7 years later, in January of 1863, the Iowa Conference of Seventh-day Adventists was founded. Today the state is part of the Iowa-Missouri Conference, which has 12,000 church members in more than 100 local churches. On April 26, 1903, Abram La Rue, pioneer missionary to Asia, died in Hong Kong. Born in the U.S. state of New Jersey, La Rue emigrated west in 1849 as part of the California Gold Rush. By 1873, he was a shepherd in the California hills when he accepted the Adventist message. La Rue worked for several years successfully as a lay evangelist, winning a number of souls. But for reasons that are obscure, he yearned to do overseas missionary work. In 1884, the Foreign Mission Board sent him to Hawaii, then an independent country. You see him wearing a broad-brimmed hat in these two photos, the first of the Adventist evangelistic tent in Hawaii and the second of the Tract and Missionary Society headquarters in the island country, both in 1885. But La Rue had a restless spirit and he yearned to take the third angel's message to China. In 1888, age 65, he worked his passage to Hong Kong and for the next 15 years labored as a self-supporting missionary in the Great Port, although he also sailed on voyages to Japan and Southeast Asia. Although he worked chiefly for Europeans, La Rue did circulate 2 tracts in Chinese, translated for him by a Chinese friend. In 1902, Jacob and Emma Anderson arrived in Hong Kong, and Elder Anderson, the first ordained Adventist minister in China, baptized 7 of La Rue's converts, all of them Europeans. In this picture from February 1902, you see La Rue in his broad-brimmed hat with the Andersons and a number of British soldiers and sailors that La Rue had been studying with. La Rue died just over a year later, aged 80 years old. You can find out more about Abram La Rue at encyclopedia.adventist.org. That was This Week in Adventist History.